Hey, what's up you guys? You're watching Team APS. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showcasing what's currently my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Calculator app, and it's actually made by my friend Thomas, or Tombox, from mst.tv. If you haven't seen that channel, definitely check it out. I'll have a link in the description. But anyway, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Calculator app, and it's really cool. So I'm just recording my screen, so yeah, it's a bit different, but I'm just going to showcase it and sort of review it. So, I'm not getting paid for this. It's just, me as a friend sort of showcasing something that I thought was really great, and hopefully he'll get some attention. So, this is PDT free, or Pro Duel Tools. It's on Android and iOS. I'm obviously using it on Android, but you can get it on iOS. I'll have the links to both in the description below as well. So, this is it. It's a nice, simple, sort of minimalistic look. Just a white background with, you know, just the life points, everything else. It's pretty basically functional, but there are a few sort of hidden gems about this that I really like. So the first thing is that, so you can subtract life points. I put in 800 and I subtract it, or I can put in 500 and subtract it from my opponent. You got you right here, you got opponent right here, you got your life points. Nothing special there, but the cool part is when you input life points, you can choose to subtract them as the sword, which is battle damage, or this symbol here, which means it was effect damage. So it lets you separate life point damage and effect damage, and that will come in handy a bit later in the duel log, which I'll show you. And also you can regain life points by pressing the sort of medical sign. So really cool stuff, and you can clear out and all that. So I really like that, but a few other cool things is that there is a timer, so you can start the timer. It's set by default to 40 minutes, so that's basically the length of a round. You can pause it and reset it and things like that. So this would be really useful to use at locals. Obviously at larger events you're not going to be allowed to use your smartphone for any of this stuff, but most people just use these types of things at locals, so I thought it would be pretty neat. So something else is that there are a few more functions. You've got a die. You just press it and it rolls a number. What I like about this over some other apps that have dice is when you touch it, you'll see a distinct animation that lets you know that the dice was rolled. Because some others, you just touch it and it changes number, and so sometimes there could be some deception there in terms of oh, did he actually touch it and did it actually change? So you can coin flip. That's tails, that's heads. And there's also just an actual calculator built in, so if you need to calculate, how much damage you can do it on turn, if you can OTK them, then yeah. And after you do your calculation, you can still press this button and it'll immediately kind of subtract it from your opponent, so you don't have to go back and remember what you just put in. So that's actually really useful. And the last major thing that I'm going to show when I move my camera up here is that there's a log. So this is a popular thing in most calculator apps now, but it's definitely, something you should expect regardless. You'll see, all of the past damage that's been taken, battle damage and effect damage, when somebody gained life points, what your dice rolls were, what your coin flips were, things like that. Now, one thing that I think is maybe a slight improvement, since this is a bit of a review, is I think that there should be a button for paying life points as a cost. I think that would be really useful. So, so-and-so paid 500 life points to activate tin cans effect or something like that. But other than that, I think that's the only real glaring flaw. I know some other calculator apps like to have, a deck builder built in, which I think is a bit excessive, or they'll have look up the rules for these cards, but it sometimes just takes you this dysfunctional browser version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia, which we all know the mobile version of that's pretty bad anyway. So that's the basics. There are a few other useful things inside of the settings. Tombox is going to be releasing custom skins for this soon, so that's something to look out for. And also there are sound effects. If you click the button here, it takes you to mst.tv's channel. But yeah, other than that, I think that's all I really have to show. And the best part about this app, I guess, as my final thing, is when you reset, that's the only time you'll see advertisements. So I know some apps will just randomly have ads pop up on the bottom of the screen or even just in your face, but here you only get ads when you press reset, so that would be after each game, and then of course an ad will appear. But that's really not a deal breaker to me. I mean, obviously it's an app, it's got to have ads, but that's a really great way of integrating it, I think. So yeah, that pretty much covers everything I had to say. Like I said, this is Pro Duel Tools. It's been recently updated. It's made by Tombox from MST.TV, and if you're interested, if you think it looks really cool, which I do, there will be a link to it in the description of this video, and a link to Tombox's channel, so check both of those out. Hope you guys liked it, hope you guys consider it. Like I said, it wasn't like, a paid plug. I just thought it would be really cool. He's one of my good friends, fellow YouTubers, and I might even have a skin for this coming soon, so who knows. And as always, he's always updating it, so if you ever have feedback, you can let him know that too. And yeah, I've gone on long enough. Check out Duel Tools Pro, and as usual, subscribe to me for more Yu-Gi-Oh! And check out my social media and everything in the description. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.